wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. So let's get in some front page news. Now, before we jump into the news, let's jump into some quick sports. Yesterday, my New York Giants beat the Browns 21-15. So now we have the same record as the Cowboys, who lost to the Ravens 28-25. Now, the Eagles beat the Saints 15-12. Vikings beat the Texans. Packers beat the Titans. Broncos beat the Buccaneers. Colts beat the Bears. Steelers beat the Chargers. Panthers beat the Raiders. The Lions beat the Cardinals. The Chiefs beat the Falcons. The Rams beat the 49ers. And the Seahawks beat the Dolphins. Now, tonight, who plays tonight? Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills in Monday Night Football. And what else we got, Morgan? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Is that why Charlamagne not here? He ain't want that smoke because I was going to talk about these Ravens.
We got the same record. We all got the same record.
I ain't gonna get too much into that though. You know, they had me on the edge of my seat at the last of the game. So whew, okay, but we pulled it out. First win of this. Go Ravens. Anyways, let's get into, we're watching some situation come out of Alabama, Birmingham to be exact. Alabama police are confirming at least 4 people are dead, and they have been killed and dozens more injured in a multiple shooting in a Birmingham entertainment district. This happened yesterday morning, late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. Birmingham police Officer Truman Fitzgerald told reporters that authorities are ready to hunt down the suspects who are still at large. Let's hear from Officer Truman Fitzgerald.
Rest assured, we are going to do everything we possibly can to make sure that we uncover, identify, and hunt down who was ever responsible for preying on our people this morning. These mass shootings have more to do with culture than they do criminality. Mayor Randall Woodfin said it best this week. We're seeing far too many arguments being settled by bullets.
So the Birmingham police say officers were called out to the 5 Points South area just after 11 p.m. on Saturday night and found 3 people with gunshot wounds who were later pronounced dead at the scene. They are identified as Anitra Holloman, 21, and from Bessemer, 27-year-old Taj Booker, and 27-year-old Carlos McCain, also from Birmingham. A 4th victim later died at the hospital and has yet to be identified, and it is unclear if the shooters were in a vehicle or on foot. Those suspects, however, are still on the loose, and we will continue to watch out as that situation develops from Birmingham, Alabama. Very, very sad.
Absolutely.
Speaking of shootings, the U.S. Secret Service is taking responsibility for the alleged failures leading to July's assassination attempt that came within millimeters of ending the life of former President Trump. In a briefing held over the weekend in the nation's capital, Secret Service Acting Director Ronald Rowe described communication deficiencies between law enforcement personnel and an over-reliance on mobile devices that enabled the would-be assassin to fire multiple rounds at Trump before counter-snipers took him out in Butler, Pennsylvania. Rowe used the term complacency to describe the failure of some agents to voice legitimate concerns prior to the rally. Now, this comes at the same time authorities believe the man who shot at former President Trump, was getting ready to shoot at former President Trump on the Florida golf course. He's scheduled to appear in court today for a detention hearing. 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Ruth, he's been charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession and receipt of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. So he was caught not long after. Secret Service agents allegedly saw him sticking a rifle out of the bushes at Trump's golf course, and he ran but was later caught by authorities. So we'll keep our eye on that situation as well. This comes at the same time that former President Trump, now he says he will not be taking part in another debate. He made those comments while speaking at a rally in Wilmington, North Carolina on Saturday. Trump told supporters there shouldn't be another presidential debate because voting has already started in some states. That is true. Early voting is underway in some states. Let's hear more comments from former President Trump in regards to that.
The problem with another debate is that it's just too late. Voting has already started. She's had her chance to do it with Fox. You know, Fox invited us on, and I waited, and they turned it down.
Yeah, so on Saturday, Harris accepted the invitation for another debate on October 23rd, moderated by CNN. But here Trump is saying, nope, never mind, it's too late. Voting has already started in some of the states.
Yeah, smart decision for him. He didn't want to get washed again.
Yeah, no, you're right. I agree with you on that one. So, but on the other side, in the 7 o'clock hour, we will talk. We'll get caught up with VP Harris and where she's been on the campaign trail over the weekend. That's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood.
All right. What up, Charlamagne?
How are
Oh, he's here.
Hello.
Hi.
How's everybody?
We're doing good.
Feeling okay?
I feel blessed like an Ollie favorite.
What you smiling for?
I like smiling. I can't smile.
I don't know. I always get a little
Damn.
nervous when you giddy.
Morgan, you have something to say to this gentleman
I
this
had a
morning?
great
Or you
weekend in
good?
New Orleans.
Ravens flock. Hey.
What happens?
No, you guys got the same records. You had an edible last night, man?
Last night?
He had to take
He
something.
definitely had
I was
edible.
in New Orleans all
He
weekend.
definitely had edible
His
last night.
weekend was good up until 4 o'clock
there.
yesterday.
That was me yesterday. I was still so hungover from Saturday. Was it Saturday? Saturday.
Saturday,
I'm
yeah.
All
hungover from the
yesterday.
weekend. Yes, I had a great weekend in New
We could
Orleans,
tell.
man. Salute to everybody I saw in New Orleans, man. Had a great time. A lot of good food.
Did you get grilled oysters or charboiled oysters?
I did. I was at Moreau's. I went to
Morrows.
Moreau's.
Morrows.
I went to what I said?
Morrows.
Moreau's. Salute to my guy Larry. I was there Friday night, and I went to Moreau's Steak Saturday night.
Oh, how's
as
the
well.
steak? I never been to Morrow steak.
My wife said it was really good. I had something else. I had lobster tail with this mushroom pasta at Moreau's Steak. Oh my God! Listen, man, New Orleans is an amazing place.
I love it.
Okay,
Love it.
beautiful people in New Orleans. You hear me?
Yes.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And let's get in some front page news. Now, I'll start off with some sports really quickly. Last night, the Giants beat the Browns 21-15. Eagles beat the Saints 15-12. The Vikings beat the Texans 34-7. Broncos beat the Buccaneers. Packers beat the Titans. The Steelers beat the Chargers. The Colts beat the Bears. Seahawks beat the Dolphins. The Panthers beat the Raiders. Lions beat the Cardinals. The Rams beat the 49ers. The Chiefs beat the Falcons. And the Ravens beat the Cowboys 28-25.
Listen, man,
Cowboys record is 1-2, the same as the Giants.
Listen, man, getting to the Super Bowl is not easy. Okay,
Y'all not going.
there's a lot of obstacles and hurdles on the way to the Super Bowl. And Anthony Joshua got beat up this weekend. Did you watch that fight?
Yeah, but we're talking about the Cowboys getting beat up.
5th round knockout against Daniel Dubois for the IBF
Derrick
heavyweight title on Saturday.
Derrick Henry, strong arm, stiff arm. Derrick Henry, Ravens.
What happened?
Wow. All right. Well, also in Monday Night Football, there's actually 2 games tonight. The Jaguars are taking on the Bills at 7:30, and then the Bengals are taking on the Commanders at 8:15. Now, what up, Morgan?
What had happened was,
Your team bust Charlamagne team ass.
man, what? Yeah, with a stiff arm too. Ooh, ow. You know about those? Anyways, okay, let's get into it. Vice President Harris, she is criticizing former President Donald Trump for taking pride in overturning Roe v. Wade. On Friday, she spoke at a rally in Atlanta, Georgia, saying the former president was actually proud of women dying. Let's hear those comments from VP Harris in Atlanta.
He brags about overturning Roe v. Wade. In his own words, quote, "I did it and I'm proud to have done it," he says. He is proud that women are dying. These hypocrites want to start talking about this is in the best interest of women and children. Well, where you been? Where you been when it comes to taking care of the women and children of America?
So the Democratic presidential nominee said 1 in 3 women in America live in a state with a so-called Trump abortion ban. Harris also highlighted a report published after 2 women died recently in Georgia because their medical care was hindered by the state's abortion ban. One of those women, Amber Nicole Thurman, and Harris told the crowd that she should be alive today. Now, Harris was also on the campaign trail in Madison, Wisconsin on Friday, where she told the crowd that her campaign is fighting for the freedom of everyone, saying the government shouldn't be able to control women's bodies. She also spoke about her economic plan to benefit the middle class, promising new parents $6,000 in the first year for their child's life, $25,000 down payment assistance for first-time home buyers, and a $50,000 tax deduction for small businesses. She added that her commitment to fighting for all Americans, and that's why she has the support of Democrats, Republicans, and independent politicians who have also endorsed her. Elsewhere in politics, House Democrats are holding a hearing next week in an attempt to tie former President Trump to the Republican think tank playbook called Project 2025. Now, remember the Heritage, I believe the Heritage Group is the Heritage Foundation is what created this Project 2025, and Trump has since tried to detach himself from this. Now, California Congressman Jared Huffman called it a threat to democracy. Let's hear those comments from Huffman.
It is an unprecedented takeover plan. It tries to gut critical checks and balances that hold our democracy together. It proposes rolling back fundamental rights, imposing draconian policies that are deeply unpopular with most Americans. Control over our lives, the lives of every person who calls America home.
Now, he is Congressman Jared Huffman. He's leading the task force that is trying to shine a spotlight on Project 2025, which was developed by the conservative Heritage Foundation. Now, former President Trump has, again, attempted to distance himself from it, saying he has nothing to do with it. He doesn't even know those people. However, the Heritage Foundation was part of his administration, or worked for his administration when he was in office. Now, Harris has made it one of her main talking points against him. Also, Democrats say that part of it involves limiting access to abortion nationwide, among other things, and that's expected to play a large role in next week's hearing. Unfortunately, no Republicans will take part in that hearing. So I'll keep you posted on how that goes. Also, speaking of Republicans, Senator Lindsey Graham, he's calling out North Carolina candidate for Governor Mark Robinson, who is Black, by the way. He's a Republican candidate for governor in North Carolina, saying that he must offer a stronger defense to the allegations that he made sexually explicit and racially charged comments online. We spoke about this late last week on Friday. Appearing on NBC's Meet the Press, the South Carolina Republican said Robinson should be given a chance to offer a credible defense. Now, if you missed this story ahead of time, Robinson is the one who got on the Africa nude website, pornography site, and said that he referred to himself as a Black Nazi. And he also said that slavery wasn't that bad, and it could, he could bring it back. It could come back, and you didn't. And he also, like some other lewd things that, to Charlamagne's point, said none of that matters. None of the freaky deaky stuff matters. It's the fact that he called himself a Black Nazi and, referenced slavery in a positive light, which are the problems. So let's hear those comments from Lindsey Graham in regards to Mark Robinson.
He needs to do more, in my view. He has a right to defend himself. He has an obligation to defend himself. The charges are beyond unnerving. If they're true, he's unfit to serve for office. If they're not true, he has the best lawsuit in the history of the country for libel. But as to Robinson, he's a political zombie if he does not offer a defense to this that's credible.
Now, Graham went on to say he doesn't believe the allegations will cost former President Trump North Carolina in the upcoming election. He didn't say whether Trump should pull his endorsement of Robinson, which Trump has endorsed Robinson previously, but the embattled candidate for governor, Robinson, denies recent reporting by CNN revealing comments that he allegedly posted on forums, and pornography websites, referring to himself as a Black Nazi and saying that slavery wasn't that bad. You guys have any thoughts on that? No?
Mm-mm. Sound like Kanye to me.
Sound like Kanye to you. Oh, my God.
Slavery was a choice.
I don't know, man, because, I had one thought about Mark Robinson, and then I was watching CNN all weekend, and I saw all of the wild stuff he said, and I was like, well...
Well,
he dug the hole a little deeper, a little too deep, huh?
I'm just talking to Morgan. I don't know what the hell.
Morgan, you got to leave Charlamagne alone. He must have had something last night.
I have nothing, man.
He was watching CNN.
He had a loss. He had a loss to those Cowboys is what he had. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it on up.
Listen, I really enjoyed New Orleans this weekend. I know that much. Okay. All right.
Wow. Thank you, Morgan.
Wow. All right, so that's your front page news.
You said what?
Sure check back with you on Tuesday.
No, yes, man. You know what I be thinking about? I'm thinking about all the good food I had in New Orleans, man. And I love good hearty breakfasts. And it just makes me realize that you don't get good hearty breakfasts in New York City. In New York City, you eat hard-boiled eggs and oatmeal, okay?
Bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches.
I was at a spot called Up and Adam Eats.
Up and Adam's what?
Up and Adam Eats. So good. It's a Black-owned brunch spot. Man.
All right. Well, thank you, Morgan.
We were still on air just now?
Yes, we still on air. Thank you, Morgan.
Oh, salute to Up and Adam Eats, man. They had a grilled biscuit, a grilled seafood biscuit with shrimp and crab meat on it. Oh, my God.
It's because I get it. It's okay. I'll take it. It's because the Ravens won. That's your front page news. Follow me on social at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, make sure you're following at Black Information Network. Make sure you download Download the free iHeartRadio app. It's contagious. And visit BINnews.com. Bye, y'all.
Bye, boy.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.